Hello, everybody. Today, I want to talk about something that I don't usually talk in this channel, not about trips or places to visit. Let's talk about mental health. In this case, I'm going to talk about social anxiety. So, what about it? So when you have social anxiety, it's a bit difficult sometimes to relate uh, to other people around you, to live together with people around you, to do things that other people find normal. So, for example, simple things like answering a phone. Like, let's say you work at an office and then the phone rings, and then it's your job to answer the phone. Or maybe the person who answers the phone is not there and he or she asked you to do it for you while he or she goes to the post office or something. And then you get anxious when you listen to it, when you listen the phone ring, because you start to think lots of things like, what if I don't know how to give the answer to the question the person asks me on the phone? What if that person wants to talk to someone else and that person is not here, and the person on the other side of the phone will be angry at me? What if that person is angry at me for any reason and then they talk to my boss and my boss thinks it's my fault? And other 16 or 17 other possibilities and iterations that you may have going on in your head. Simple things like my desk. I work in a place and my desk is a bit dirty and I have to clean it. I take a piece of fabric, a rag, and then, should I clean it now? Because if I don't, people will think, oh my God, look at that person. He never cleans his desk. And if I start to clean it, the people will think, oh my God, look at that guy. He just let it get to this point where his desk is so dirty that he has to clean it. Simple stuff like park your car in a street that has lots of pedestrians and people. Like, oh my God, will people look at me while I park my car? Uh, what if I don't park it perfectly? Will they say that I don't do it perfectly? Will they judge me? So many things like that. And you think, my God, do people with social anxiety really care about these things? Believe me, they do. Even the smallest thing, even the simplest thing. Uh, Things like going to talk to someone, going to banks. Like, I have to go to the bank, talk to the manager, and then you think that people judge you. You go to Subway to buy go to Subway to buy a sandwich, and then you think, well, maybe that attendant will think that I'm so dumb that I can't even ask, I can even order a sandwich properly. So that social anxiety is a specific type of anxiety. People talk a lot about anxiety these days, but at least what I see on the web is like they talk about the regular anxiety, being anxious about the future, being anxious about something you have to do, but not about that, about being anxious about people, about talking to people, uh, about thinking that you are being observed all the time. And sometimes people are just taking care of their lives. They are even looking at you. But with social anxiety, you don't think like that. You think that you are being observed all the time. Uh, so, for example, let's say you find an old classmate from high school on the street, and then he or she comes to talk to you and just ask questions like, oh, how have you been, what have you been doing? And then you get nervous, like, oh my God, it's a social interaction. I have to talk properly. I have to use the correct voice intonation, like things like shake hands. Okay, I must have a firm handshake. I can do it like too softly, but if I do too strongly, maybe the person will think I'm being polite. If I do too softly, the person will think that I don't have personality, and then everything is about being judged by the others. If you have social anxiety, talk to people. Talk to your relative, mother, father, or anything in your family, or look for a professional. Maybe there will be some education involved, maybe not. Uh, but that's the thing. And the problem with that is because if the person has social anxiety, he or she will have a hard time even trying to talk to someone, because that's the main problem. Being being feel safe enough to talk to someone about anything. Imagine that person feeling safe enough to talk to someone about the social anxiety that person has. So it's hard, but we have to find a way to talk. And one of the things, and if you don't have social anxiety, but you know someone who has it, and that person comes to talk to you, don't judge, because that's the main problem. People with social anxiety, they believe that it's not that they believe, they live that in their lives, that other people see, nah, you're just shy, you're just an introvert, or maybe just socially awkward. And sometimes not about that. There are people who are introverts, people who chose not to be an extrovert, people who chose not to be someone with very good skills of communication. And it's different from someone who has social anxiety. The person with social anxiety, he cannot choose. Uh, it's not about choosing. The person is like that and get anxious around people, around social interactions, when some social conventions are involved. So that's something. If someone comes to talk to you about that, don't judge that person. Say, no, you're not trying hard enough. You are too shy. Just that. Just go and talk, go and do it. Or things like, no, just an introvert. You don't know that. For example, I know some people who are introverts. They just don't want to talk. They just want to stay there, listen to their music. They put their earbuds on and they listen to music because they don't want to talk to people. They just want to be alone. And the person who has social anxiety, he also put the earbuds, but it's because they are too nervous. Like, oh, if I have the earbuds on, that person will think I'm an introvert or think that I don't want to make friends with him or her, and that person won't come and talk to me. Oh, that's better. I feel so safe now. So, and that's it. I think mental health is important, and I wanted to make a video about that. So, if you can relate to that, tell in the comments, subscribe to my channel, like the video. It helps me a lot. And if you like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, tell me why you didn't like my video. And that's it, guys. Bye.